60 seconds, one story, but it's a bit of a further discussion. And I'm going to tell you at the beginning what it's going to be about, so you can just swipe on if it's not about you. So I'm going to discuss the looming interest rate decision that's coming on the 17th, 18th by the Reserve Bank Board. What are the predictions? What do I feel about it myself personally? What are people saying? And that sort of thing. Okay, so first for context, the Reserve Bank has been really attacked by the federal government. They have the view that their policy should run the monetary policy. I personally am very uncomfortable with that, but my original discipline is law, so I'm not the person to talk to about stuff like that. From a business perspective, again, I'm not the person to really discuss whether that's the right policy, but that sort of seems to be the push. So that's the first thing out of the way. It's going to go a lot longer than 60 seconds for those that want to listen further. My prediction, however, is that it will drop 25 basis points. I don't believe this should happen according to the paradigms that I've learned and seen and observed. Inflation is very high. The number has been manipulated. There's apparently if you break down the numbers, I'm not going to bother to do it for you, but 17% reduction in energy costs because of a calculation, because of a crappy $75 a quarter minus on my bill that's going to go up at $75 anyway. That hasn't done anything. 6% food costs, that's a lot. We're getting to the point where there's going to be people eating dog food soon. That's what they were doing in the 90s. And the government doesn't seem to really care about that. And so I'm thinking myself, I always have this paradigm. I'll go, why are they doing this? It's not because they're stupid, because that's what people will say. And generally, they're stupid people. So they know what they're doing, they're eminent professionals. So we're trying to guess what the go is. And I've seen this a lot with credit control and credit contracts and being late on a bill or something like that. Things have changed dramatically. Back in the day, you would have hassles. Poof, you're 1 minute late, people are ringing you. That isn't happening. You ring up a bank about a loan, you say you don't want to pay it. Oh, you have 6 months. You got a mortgage, you want a mortgage break? You have 6 months. That never used to happen. Now, what I think is going on is this. The government the system has two choices. One is to go the old way, which is raise interest rates until there's a serious recession, which gets rid of all the inefficient businesses. That's the problem at the moment. We've got too many insufficient businesses, right? Inefficient businesses, and it slows the whole system down. You know, people that aren't making money but are keeping the lights on. That's not business. If you're just keeping the lights on, get rid of it. It's not what it's there for. It's there to make you money. So there's a lot of those, but we don't want to see a recession either because of politics, or that's not the best thing. And the US has done the same thing. So what we're doing is we're inflating the economy more. We're blowing that bubble bigger. We're going to drop the interest rates, which will bring the house prices up, guaranteed, hardcore. There'll be a frenzy. And the only way that stays solid for the rest till the election and the next term is if there isn't a run on houses. Now, if there's a run on houses, that's usually precipitated by mortgage auctions. That's default rates and things like that. That's usually the indicator. So lo and behold, all you need to do is keep that low and you'll remove the possibility of a run. I think that's what's happening behind the scenes because of on the ground. Try for yourself. Oh, you got a loan. I can't pay it. What happened? I haven't got enough income coming in. My dog is sick. My dog ate my homework. I need 6 months. See what happens. You'll probably find you do okay. It'll be interesting. Many people have been doing these things. If that's the case, if that's all true, then the interest rates will drop at least 25%. NAB have already moved, which is hardcore. NAB, I've had contract dealings. I've been a third-party supply channel for them. I know what they're like. They're hardcore. So that's our gauntlet. It's like, come to us before the rate rise. We don't care what it does. That's what they're saying. We don't care what they say. We're telling you what the rate is. You know, it's crazy because there's so much pressure on the Reserve Bank, this woman. So if she drops that rate and the board drops that rate, then you can be sure that the inflation is going to go higher, the house prices are going to go even higher, the chance of a property crash is going to go much higher, and the trigger will be defaults, right? The more defaults, the more the people start the run. And a housing run is horrible because it lasts a long time and it crashes everything. So I was young when the last one happened, but houses come to nothing. Very cheap at that point. And but if it goes up or stays the same, then they're trying to keep inflation low. Because it's which are they preferring? Are they looking at economic growth or keeping inflation low? They should be looking at keeping inflation low. Instead, they're manipulating the number and telling people it's fine when we all know it's not. It's not even close. It's terrible in this country. So that's my prediction. I'd love to know everybody's thoughts. If you want to leave a comment, please, I'll reply via video. Tear what I'm saying apart. Smash what I'm saying. We've got to have discussion on this stuff. We've got to learn everything we can from everyone possible. I learned an important lesson. I thought I knew it all on this topic some years ago. 5 years ago, I thought I knew everything about it. And I spoke to my partner at the time, her older brother. He was like, mate, they will never let these house prices drop. They will never let the market crash. I go, whatever inflation are they going to do? Trust me, they won't do it. And I've gone, nah, come on, man. That's not going to happen. It's happened. So please give in the comments and let's get the discussion.